You want me to put that on my Tudor?
This one's wife. You're a fraud. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. The narcissist is a fraud. Commonly, the narcissist is identified as a love fraud, an individual who entices people, drawing them in by making them feel special, by love bombing them, flattering them, complimenting them, taking them places, declaring love for them very early on, mirroring their likes and dislikes. The narcissist needs to ensnare the individual promptly so that they can drink up of that delicious, edifying, sustaining fuel. The narcissist uses an array of benign manipulations, all of it fraudulent. Because the narcissist doesn't love, the narcissist doesn't care, the narcissist doesn't like, not in the genuine sense of any of those descriptions. The narcissist loves you for what you can do for them, and the creation of the idea of love is utilized by the narcissist to cause you to believe that you are loved, so that you are compliant, so that you provide fuel. The narcissist makes you believe that you are firm friends, but it is a fraudulent action, because the narcissist has no interest in your friendship. The narcissist is only interested in the extent to which you can be controlled to provide character traits, residual benefits, and fuel to that narcissist. The narcissist may well praise what you do at work, but it's not genuine, it's fraudulent. The praise is offered to make you feel that you're worthwhile, that you are valued, and thus you're easier to control, and once again you cater to the prime aims for the narcissist. Again and again and again, the narcissist behaves in a fraudulent manner with regard to their relationships, whether they be romantic, familial, or friendship. This fraud-like behaviour, however, extends further. The romance scams that you often read about, where invariably a middle-aged lady believes that she has found love in some young, handsome man in another country, where it turns out that he's actually a feckless narcissist that doesn't give two hoots about her and has just been milking her, utilising the concept of love to get money out of her, often to the tune of tens of thousands of pounds. The narcissist can engage in all types of fraud, some which would contravene the law, others where it's morally reprehensible. But the fact is, the narcissist engages in this because what the narcissist puts forward to you and to you and to you isn't genuine. You're not shown the actuality of how the narcissist is. Instead, you're given a veneer, a facade, an illusion that creates a response in you. Furthermore, the narcissist's absence of genuine and authentic behaviour, which is quite hilarious when it comes to this one's wife, because she keeps banging on about authenticity, is as a consequence of the emptiness within the narcissist, the absence of any substance, something that we see regularly with the empty middle mid-range that is this one's life. A woman who has never had an original thought, who regularly takes the thoughts and inspiration provided by others and passes it off as her own deluded narcissism, making her believe that she is the one that has come up with these ideas, that she believes that she is a font of wisdom, that she is an individual who is here to inspire, but the actual evidence shows to the contrary. And her fraudulent activity, where of course this has resulted in her ensnaring Prince Harry, the supposed friends that she has, but also extends to the fraudulent way that she causes people to believe that she's got some form of talent or ability, when she evidently hasn't. And another commentator has identified the fraudulent nature of this one's wife, and this is reported in the Express by Paul Withers. This one's wife has been savaged by a popular US host and commentator who slammed the Duchess's new brand launch aimed at the American market. This one's wife has been torn apart by a raging US host who has dismissed her new lifestyle brand as a fraud. Earlier this month, the Duchess of Sussex announced American Riviera Orchard, a new series of care homes marked by a video shared on Instagram that saw her showcasing her culinary skills in a kitchen adorned with white and pink flowers. The brand's focus includes the production and sale of a range of products such as jams, which will align with this one's wife's upcoming cookery show for Netflix. The American Riviera Orchard trademark covers a wide array of goods ranging from cutlery to recipe books. But US host and commentator Meghan Kelly has furiously taken aim at this one's wife's new lifestyle brand. She told the Paul Murray live show on Sky News Australia, "This new lifestyle brand. You bake? I don't believe any of that. I don't get it. And I don't think people are going to be attracted to her brand. It's all because it's fake. At least Martha Stewart knows how to cook and set a beautiful table. What is this one's wife's qualification to do any of this? This is all a fraud." This one's wife has two fundamental problems. One, she doesn't have the talent. Two, when she tries to masquerade as having the talent, she's cut to ribbons because there's a whole host of people who don't believe her but also don't like her and are ready, willing and able to shoot down whatever she does by exposing her fraudulent ways. This is never going to go away. Now, this wouldn't be such a problem if this one's wife could rely upon there being more supporters of her than those that dislike her, or more supporters of her than those who are disinterested in her. In such a scenario, she wouldn't have to have due regard to those that criticise her. She would nullify that threat to control by just dismissing them, and she would have plenty of people to support her and sell to her. But the only prominent people that support her simply do so because she suits an agenda for them, witness Dr. Shouty Shola, for example. Amongst the other supporters that she has, these are the idiotic shuggers, who nary have two coins to rub together, and certainly are not her target market. Those that might be interested in purchasing from her would choose not to, because she's regularly exposed as someone that takes other people's ideas, regularly exposed as having no talent, and she's unlikable. Accordingly, each time she tries to fake it till you make it, there's lots of people ready to shout, "It's fake, it's fake, here she goes again." And Meghan Kelly has done just that. Furthermore, a royal expert warned this one's wife and Prince Harry that they may find themselves hung out to dry by Hollywood if they don't come up with a different story to tell. Richard Kay warned during a recent episode of Palace Confidential, "They are Hollywood celebrities, with that extra factor if you like because of their titles. I'm not sure in the long term where it's going to leave them. The problem they're going to have in America, as we've discussed many times on this show, is America has a short-term system. They're enthralled to celebrity for a while, but after a while, if a celebrity is a bit of a one-trick pony, they've only got one story to tell. In Harry's case, that possibly that's true, then they'll move on to the next new thing." Interesting, Richard Kay doesn't say anything about this one's wife. She's certainly a one-trick pony, as she has no talent, and her story is just victimhood. Thus, Meghan Kelly exposes her as a fraud, not buying that she has any talent and therefore doesn't think that this lifestyle brand should succeed. Let's take a quick dip below the line to see if there are similar views in relation to this. YP writes, "What about me again? Going on and on and on about her writing angrily as a child to a company, because said company dared to portray a woman in the kitchen as a stereotype. Now, remind me, where is me again now?" Yes, that's right, she's posing in order to sell her Walmart wares as a woman in a kitchen. A point that I've made in parts passim and has been picked up again by somebody else here, demonstrating her hypocrisy. Claremont77 writes, "Poor old this one's wife has the attention span of a goldfish. How many reinventions has she had up until now? How many bandwagons has she jumped on? but short-term for PR only. How many tragedies has she shown up to purely for photo opportunities? There is nothing authentic about her, and it shows big time. Indeed, that analysis demonstrates another individual that sees the absence of authenticity in relation to her. Red Eye 76 writes, the USA is waking up to the true nature of this one's wife and the ginger tosser. Both are professional victims with a supposed business built on false accusations. They've lied about all manner of things to play the victim card. The facts are that this one's wife is a D-list cable TV actress on the wrong side of 40. The other is a simple ginger tosser, who in any other walk of life would have a job sweeping the roads with a brush and cart. The royal family are better without this pair. The British public are better without this pair. Everybody is better off without this pair. MT2017 writes, Richard Kay doesn't understand that here in the United States they are not considered Hollywood celebrities in any way. They are viewed as desperate wannabes. Harry's former royal status means nothing to us here, especially since he's married to a Z-list nobody. Once again, those comments which are echoed elsewhere demonstrate that people see straight through this one's wife. And with Meghan Kelly calling her a fraud, it's certainly something that the general public agree with. This remains problematic for this one's wife. Naturally, such an accusation is a threat to control, albeit challenge fuel, but it highlights a wider problem for her, that no matter how many times she tries to turn away from the criticism and reinvent herself, she's so disliked and so prominent, because of her own thirst for attention and fuel, that over and over again, people will pop up ready to criticise her and point out that she is simply a fraud. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.